Hello, and welcome everyone to today's Wellness Wednesday, focused on hydration. My name is Garrett with Geisinger's Health and Wellness Department. During today's Wellness Wednesday, if you have any questions at any time, feel free to put them in the Q&A and we will answer them either live or in the chat afterwards. Now, just a quick disclaimer, this information is being provided to increase your awareness. It is not intended to be medical advice. If you believe that you may have a medical condition, or if you have specific questions regarding your health, please see your physician. Now, welcome to today's Wellness Wednesday. In today's sessions, we review why hydration matters for health and also for performance in our everyday lives. We will also uncover some common challenges and myths that come along with hydration and explore simple but practical strategies to help you stay hydrated all day long. We hope you leave today's sessions with a better understanding about importance of hydration and its impacts on your health. Before we get into details, let's do a quick hydration check-in. I'm not going to put anyone on the spot, but just think about these questions for yourself. Did you drink water today? Do you know roughly how much? If you're not sure how much you've had, that's actually very common. Many people don't realize they're low on fluids until later in the day when they're starting to feel tired or get a headache. Do you wait to feel thirsty before drinking? Do you drink with you to work? And what typically stops you from drinking enough water? If you did not remember to drink water today, great. If not, that's okay too. The goal of today's session isn't perfection, it's awareness and picking up a few simple habits we can build into our day. As we go through the presentation, think about where hydration can fit more naturally into your routine, whether at work, at home, or on busy days. Staying hydrated is something that impacts us in almost every part of daily life, whether we're working, traveling, exercising, or just going about our daily routine. It's easy to think of water as something we only need when we're thirsty, but our bodies rely on it constantly to function properly. In fact, about 60% of the adult body is made up of water, and that percentage is even higher in infants. The brain alone is made up of roughly 70 to 80% water, which is why hydration plays such a big role in how we think, focus, and feel throughout the day. Water supports a wide range of essential functions in the body. It helps lubricate and cushion joints, protect organs, and keep skin healthy. It also plays a key role in regulating body temperature, especially during activity or in warmer weather. Beyond that, water is critical for transporting nutrients and oxygen to cells and removing waste from the body, which keeps our systems running efficiently. It also supports digestion and nutrient absorption so the body can fully use the foods we eat. When we're not getting enough fluids, even mild dehydration can start to show up in noticeable ways. People often experience difficulty concentrating, lower productivity, fatigue, and mood changes. It can also affect both physical performance and cognitive function, making everyday tasks feel more challenging. Hydration also plays a role across all areas of life. At work, supports focus, decision-making, and productivity. At home, helps maintain energy for daily responsibilities and activities. For families, supports children's learning, play, and sports performance. And for older adults, helps reduce risk of dizziness, confusion, and dehydrated related complications. Overall, hydration isn't just about drinking water, it's about supporting your body, brain, and overall well-being throughout the day. Now, let's talk about daily fluid needs, because hydration is not a one-size-fits-all guide. Fluid needs vary quite a bit from person to person. They're influenced by things like physical activity level, weather, age, and overall health. Someone who's working outdoors or exercising regularly will need more fluids than someone who's mostly indoors and sedentary. Your body also needs more water when you're in hot or humid environments, when you're being physically active, or when you're sick, especially with fever, vomiting, or diarrhea. In those situations, fluid losses increase, so hydration becomes even more important. And according to the CDC, general guidelines suggest about 11.5 cups per day for women and 15.5 cups per day for men, which includes fluid from both the drinks and food. Kids and teens need frequent hydrating breaks, especially during sports, outdoor play, or warm weather, because they may not stop to drink on their own. And regarding older adults, they are at a higher risk of becoming dehydrated. As we age, our body's ability to store water decreases, our bodily functions slow down, making it harder to absorb and maintain water. More specifically, our kidneys, which play a significant role in the body's ability to stay hydrated. The kidneys are what help filter and conserve water, but kidney function declines as we age, leading to increasing urination, leading to greater fluid loss and higher chances of becoming dehydrated. Now that we've covered how much fluid you need, let's clear up some common hydration myths that can sometimes cause confusion. Let's begin with the myths about hydration. A few of the most common myths you'll hear are, you only need water when you're thirsty. When you wait until you're thirsty, you are already behind and can be moderately dehydrated. The next myth is that 8 glasses of water is the golden rule for everyone. And with that, water consumption is personalized as environmental factors, amount of physical activity, and even personal health diseases can all play a role in the amount of fluid your body needs to be and stay hydrated. Next myth is that clear urine means perfect hydration. That is not always true. While dark urine can signal dehydration, consistently completely clear urine may mean you're drinking more water than your body needs. Overhydration happens when you drink so much fluid that it dilutes important electrolytes, especially sodium, in your body. Sodium helps regulate fluid balance, nerve function, and muscles. When sodium levels get too low, it can affect how your body and brain function. Aim for a pale yellow urine, and that is the sweet spot for hydration. And the last myth is that sports drinks are better than water. Water is ideal and sufficient for most daily activity. Sports drinks are beneficial when intense exercise is lasting over an hour to replace lost electrolytes. Now, even with the facts straight, staying hydrated isn't always easy. So let's look at some common challenges that people face. Some common barriers to hydration include busy schedules, lack of access, forgetting to drink, taste preferences, and avoiding extra breaks, making it easy to fall short without even realizing it. Now, with busy schedules, one of the biggest barriers is simply just being too busy. When you're in back-to-back meetings or working through a long shift, it's easy to forget to drink. Someone might sit through 3 hours of meetings and realize that they haven't had a sip of water. Next is awareness. A lot of people don't realize that they're not drinking enough, especially because thirst isn't always a reliable signal. Next, preferences in hydration. Some of us just don't enjoy plain water, or they prefer coffee, soda, or other flavored drinks instead. If someone reaches for coffee all morning and doesn't balance it with water, hydration can fall short. And avoiding drinks to minimize bathroom breaks. This is especially common in certain roles where stepping away isn't exactly easy. Teachers, healthcare workers, or retail staff may avoid drinking so they don't have to leave their station as often. And some environmental factors, things like weather and indoor environments can impact hydration without us realizing it. In colder months or in air-conditioned spaces, people may not feel as thirsty, but still lose fluids throughout the day. And last, waiting to be thirsty. Many people rely on thirst as their cue, but that's not always the best approach. If you only drink when you feel thirsty, you may consistently fall behind on your hydration needs. Now, these challenges can sometimes leave us falling short on hydration. So dehydration happens when you lose or use more fluid than you take in. In simple terms, your body is running low on water, kind of like a phone battery running low. When we're dehydrated, the body struggles to do basic jobs. Water helps with circulation, temperature control, digestion, and even mood. So when fluids are low, everything feels harder. As we get older, our sense of thirst isn't as strong. The most obvious one is just not drinking enough throughout the day. This can happen when people are busy, working through lunch, or just not thinking about it, especially if you don't feel thirsty right away. Next, when you're active, especially exercising or doing physical work, you lose fluids through sweat. For example, if someone goes for a long walk, hits the gym, or works outdoors without replacing fluid, dehydration can sneak up pretty quickly. And certain illnesses can speed up fluid loss. Things like fever, vomiting, or diarrhea can deplete fluids fast. even over just a day or two. So hydration becomes really important when you're not feeling well. And some medications may also play a role. For example, diuretics, sometimes called water pills, are designed to help your body get rid of excess fluid, which can increase your risk of dehydration if you're not drinking enough while taking them. Some certain long-term health conditions can also affect hydration. For example, diabetes can lead to increased urination, which means more fluid loss throughout the day. And heat is a big one. Whether it's summer weather, a hot workplace, or even being outside at events, your body sweats more. And if you're not replacing that fluid, dehydration becomes much more likely. And older adults are another group at higher risk as we age. Our sense of thirst can decrease, so someone might not feel thirsty even when their body actually needs fluids. Now let's walk through the signs of dehydration, because recognizing these early can really make a big difference. Starting on the left, these are early signs. Things like thirst, dry mouth, darker urine, or even headaches. At this stage, this is typically something you can manage at home. Increasing fluid intake, especially water or electrolyte drinks, and paying attention to hydration throughout the day is usually enough to turn things around. As dehydration progresses, we move into more moderate symptoms, and this can include fatigue, dizziness, muscle cramps, and noticeably reduced or darker urine. When symptoms reach this point, it's a good idea to check in with your primary care provider or consider urgent care, especially if symptoms aren't improving with fluids. This is where the body is starting to struggle more to keep up. Next, on the far right are the severe signs of dehydration, and these are really important to recognize. This includes things like very little or no urination, rapid heartbeat or breathing, confusion, extreme weakness, or fainting. At this level, you should seek immediate care at the emergency department because dehydration can start to impact the vital organs and become dangerous. So the key takeaway from this slide here is if it's early, treat it at home. If it's moderate, reach out to a provider or urgent care. And if it is severe, go to the emergency room as soon as possible. Now, we've talked a little bit about how if you're starting to notice early signs of dehydration, electrolytes might be something that can help. So that brings up a good question. What exactly are electrolytes and when do we actually need them? So electrolytes are minerals in your body, things like sodium, potassium, magnesium, and calcium that carry an electric charge. That sounds technical, but what that really means is that they help regulate some very important functions in the body. They play a key role in maintaining fluid balance, supporting muscle function, and preventing cramps, helping nerves send signals properly. So they're essential, but the important thing to know is that most people do not need to supplement electrolytes for everyday activity. If you're doing a light to moderate activity or just going about your normal day, water is typically enough to help keep you hydrated. A helpful way to think about that is a short walk on a normal workday, water's fine. Outdoor yard work in the heat for hours, electrolytes could help. Running a marathon or a long workout, electrolytes are more important. And if you do choose an electrolyte drink, just be mindful that many sports drinks are high in added sugar. You don't always need the full strength version. So when possible, try to look for low sugar or diluted option, or consider alternatives like adding a splash of juice or a pinch of salt to water or using electrolyte tablets as well. Now that we've talked about what electrolytes are and when they can be helpful, the next piece is just as important. How do we actually make hydration easier day to day? Because even knowing what to do, the real challenge is building habits that help us stay consistently hydrated. Research on hydration behavior shows that convenience plays a major role in how much water people drink throughout the day. Keeping water within reach, such as a bottle at your desk, in your car, or in your bag, can make a big difference, as simply seeing it encourages more frequent sipping. Choosing bottles with straws or flip-top lids can also help. They make for drinking easier, more accessible for families sending children to school with a water bottle. Ensures hydration stays easy and available throughout the day. And building hydration into your routine is another effective strategy, such as drinking water when you wake up, having water with meals, or carrying out daily habits like brushing your teeth, walking the dog, or doing chores. It's also important to hydrate around activity by drinking water before, during, and after exercise, and especially as activity levels increase. Being mindful of beverage choice can support hydration as well by limiting sugary drinks like soda, energy drinks, and sweetened coffee while reducing excess caffeine and prioritizing water. If you just plain forget, setting reminders on your phone or calendar and tracking your intake with apps or notes can also help build awareness and consistently. And lastly, you can support hydration through your diet by including water-rich foods like watermelon and other fruits and vegetables. While it is true that a bottled water is the best known way to stay hydrated, there are plenty of alternative options to get your fluid. You can stay hydrated and replenish lost fluids by consuming a range of beverages and eating water-rich foods like fruits and vegetables. Choose unsweetened drinks such as water to avoid excessive added sugars. And you do typically get about 20% of your water each day from foods, according to the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. And water-rich foods such as vegetables and fruits are most hydrating, but we also get a lot of water from meat and soups as well. Now, fruits and vegetable juices, milk, and herbal teas can contribute to the amount of water you need each day. Even caffeinated drinks like coffee, tea, and soda count towards your daily intake, up to a point. And according to the FDA, 400 milligrams of caffeine, which is around 2 to 3 12 fluid ounce cups of plain coffee, is not unsafe. And it is best to limit caffeinated drinks like that have a high amount of caffeine in it. Now, some key takeaways here. Small hydration habits make big differences. Your body needs water to maintain and sustain optimal health. Don't wait until you're thirsty. Fluids come from both beverages and water-rich foods, and everyone's needs are different, so listen to your body's needs. Now we have your one action challenge to take away from this session is try to drink one full glass of water when you leave today's session. Here are the references, some of our resources here. And thank you so much for joining. My name is Garrett with Geisinger Health and Wellness Department, and this was today's Wellness Wednesday. We hope you'll join us next time. Thank you.